Welcome back to Fun with Fountain Pens.
Here's a house. Here's a door. Windows 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready to knock? Turn the lock.
10 school. All right, guys. Okay, let me just alter these so that I can get them on both screens because I'm doing portrait and landscape. I have to sort of adjust them so that you can see them all. All right, look, I have a wonderful pen combination for you today, and it is a very, very generic combination. This is a combination of pen and ink that every fountain pen enthusiast knows. They come to us from Noodlers, and Noodlers is a fantastic pen and ink manufacturer in the United States. They do a wide range of pens. I have reviewed a couple of their 3-tined pens, the Nippon set and the Triple Tail. But where it got really cool for Noodlers was in, I think, the third or perhaps fourth pen that they released, which really put them as a pen manufacturer on the map, and that is the Noodler's Ahab. The name comes to us from Herman Melville's Moby Dick. This pen is a flex nib, a 2-tine flex nib, and it is a tinkerer's pen. It is designed to be wholly user maintainable, that so you can modify this pen to work how you want it. I absolutely love it. I have about 20 of these pens because they are so fantastic. What I do with them is I use them as a standard set. So I replace the flex nib in them with different types of nibs so that when I'm giving people a pen fitting, they can try out different nibs using the same pen. Let me show you this wonderful writing instrument. What people don't often like about the acrylic that is used in this, two things. Firstly is it does over time tend to discolor. You can see there's a little bit of yellowing on this demonstrator. All right. I don't mind that. The other thing is that when they are new, they do have a very distinctive smell. It's a smell that's a little bit like petrol. Some people don't mind it. Some people quite like it, very, very few, but some people absolutely detest the smell. I don't mind it whatsoever. The other great thing about this, other than having a flex nib, is it does have an ebonite feed. The ebonite feed, ebonite is like a galvanized rubber. It can be heated and molded. And what that means is you can modify the feed of your pen to increase the ink flow of your flex nib. Many people find that very, very useful. The other thing about this is it is completely disassemblable. Every aspect of this pen can be taken apart and cleaned and modified. People love that. The other great thing about it is it does have a plunger filling mechanism, which is cool. But let me show you how this pen writes. But before I do, I want to introduce you to the ink. Now, Noodlers are most famous for being a wonderful ink manufacturer. And one of their inks that everyone loves, like if you own any Noodlers ink, the one to own is the Apache Sunset. Everyone knows this ink. It was startling. It was released about 10 or 15 years ago, and there was a huge rush to buy it. It is a double shading ink in orange and red, rather yellow and red, really. And with a double shading ink and a flex nib, it makes the perfect combination to show off line variation, which I am going to show you now. Okay, I hope you can see that. You can see how on the downstrokes, it is very, very orangey red, whereas on the lighter strokes, it is shading away from yellow. Using a dual shading ink like this really does show off what a flex nib is capable of doing, and this combination is absolutely perfect. This ink and this pen work wonderfully together. I can't recommend them highly enough. If you are looking at regular combinations of pen and ink, a really common combination one I use myself is the Lamy 2000 paired with Irishizuku Konpeki ink in Azure Blue. That is my everyday carry. This is another very, very common combination. If you own a Noodler's ink, this is the pen that you want to use. Okay, guys, I recommend these. Absolutely wonderful. They're made by very much a pen enthusiast. It's owned by Nathan Tardif, is the owner of Noodler's Ink. He makes inks that in these very, very big bottles that are really inexpensive. They last a very, very long time. And these wonderful Tinkerer's pens. If you're going to own any of their pens, the Ahab is a great choice. If you're going to own any of their inks, I thoroughly recommend the Apache Sunset. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. This has been fun with fountain pens. I'm going to come back in a moment and say cheerio. You are watching Simon TV.